Hey folks, this is Matt once again. Gonna bring you a couple videos. Uh, Pretty much a lot of times I watch movies, but then I save them for like one day or so, or one time to just review them all at the same time. So that's why if you see the same shirt, and if someone's like, "Oh, what the fuck, you wear the same shirt?" then you know, hey, they didn't watch this video, so too bad, so sad. Or maybe they're disappointed because I'm talking about The Outing. Not watching a review on a shitty movie. First off, this is thanks to Dustin, a very nice guy on here, Dustin. I know I do like The Vagrant. I reviewed The Vagrant long ago, but that review's still up. But I know it was with my older camera, and it was in two parts. And considering the stuff I've seen recently, I want to see something good, or something that I like. And so The Vagrant will be reviewed sometime. These two, I'm not gonna bother with because what's the matter with Helen with Debbie Reynolds and Shelley Winters? I just have no interest in. And The Godsend, I don't think it has anything to do with the Great Kinnear. Was it Great Kinnear? Robert De Niro one? But not really interested in that either. But of course, The Outing, which was also known as The Lamp, I believe there was a longer version called The Lamp. I read somewhere that's around 10 to 20 minutes longer. I don't care what the hell was cut. The Outing, for those who follow my channel for a long time, you'll know it's actually the film that my friends Mike and Affrey was the first time we ever did something on the Three Crazy Guys, which was a thing long ago, where my two best friends and I would talk about stuff, and we actually did a commentary on this movie because we had never seen it before. So it's like, okay, do a commentary on a film that you've never seen before, so all the reactions are first and foremost and real. And it was for The Outing. And it was actually done on a Halloween. A few years ago, actually. Whether that commentary will make a return, we'll see. But I believe actually one of the cast members or someone who worked on it actually didn't mind the commentary, even though we were making fun of it. But that's what this film is. This film, The Outing, also known as The Lamp. An ancient genie is released from a lamp when thieves ransack an old woman's house. They are killed and the lamp is sent to a museum to be studied. The curator's daughter is soon possessed by the genie and invites her friends to spend the night at the museum, along with some uninvited guests. That's the plot of the film. And I will admit, watching this by myself was definitely more boring than when I watched it with my friends. And why the fuck this film has a DVD release, The Outing, I think that fucking sucks. Because I think there's a lot of movies like Taking to Beverly Hills, or Moontrap, or Time Bomb, or... Hell, Scream Factory did Split Second with Rutger Hauer, for fuck's sake. You know? Deep Space. I mean... trying to remember. Murder by Phone, aka Bells. I mean, there are other... Hell, Sidekicks with Chuck Norris, or No Retreat, No Surrender with John Dove Van Dam, which neither of those, I believe, are on DVD in the U.S., at least, as far as I know. But we got DVD of The Outing. But I'm glad I have this DVD for The Vagrant, but The Outing sucks. Although I will admit, this version is a little bit different from the one I saw with my friends long ago, because they actually cut an opening. There was an opening of the film where it was like the kind of the backstory. It was a couple minutes where there's this shipyard, and I think like this woman or someone gets killed, and that's where the lamp is at. I can't remember, but I'm like, okay, they cut that opening. That's fine. Makes the film shorter for me. But yeah, the couple numbskulls break into this old woman's house. This one guy who has a shitty bandana keeps calling her old witch. Hey, old witch. And like his other friend, I always found this funny. He's like, hey, you got a point there. Hey, you have a point there? Yeah, he's got a point there. Like, he had to say this guy had a point 3 times in a row. Yeah, you got a point there, man. Yeah, you got a point there. You got a point there? Yeah, no shit. So they find a lamp in again, they're going, these 3 people, 2 guys and a girl, are going into this place to look for stuff. This old woman's house. They kill her ass because they're assholes. And I don't know why they had to kill her, because she was like old, and what the fuck did they expect that she? I guess I mean, like, anyway, they kill her. I like the fact that he has like a axe or something. He's like hitting this rug, like one of those rugs that are on top, and it's not making a fucking dent, but somehow is able to break this cheap ass drywall. I guess. I remember there was like a picture of like a like a woman. When you think I can't remember the ethnicity that is, but they sort of have it was like a black cloak and they cover their mouths, and I know my friend said I think I saw on Climax once, and there was a picture of a guy and a little girl, and I'm like, what, the little girl? And he's like, no, not the little girl. I'm just giving him shit. I mean, that's what you do with your friends, give them shit. But anyway, they rub the lamp, and the lamp kills people. It makes the one guy with the shitty bandana. I don't know, just made fun of it. Just for the fuck of it. There's nothing wrong with bandana. Just made fun of it just to keep me entertained while doing the goddamn review. Makes a guy, because the guy, you find out, put an axe to the old woman's head, and makes him go down to the axe, and you don't really see much. Whether that's in a uncut version, I don't give a shit. You just see what happened later. Okay, his head actually went into the axe. You see a little bit of aftermath, which isn't much, because you see mostly his hair, maybe a trickle of blood. And then the other guy and girl are out trying to have some fucking, and the girl has her titties out, and the guy, I guess, gets half of him bitten off because he had this green fart. It's the genie, but it might as well be a green fart. Come around and swirl around the guy's legs under the water, and then he screams, and then you see a pair of the legs kind of slowly drift down. It's like, oh, okay, he's been cut in half. And as cool as that sounds, it's kind of done shitty. And if that doesn't sound cool, well, then it's accomplished just as much. And it just strangles this topless woman, strangles her ass. So again, they put I thought the lamp was evidence for obviously a murder has happened. It's not, but someone cut this guy's head off and all this stuff. There's actually the cops are there, but for some reason the lamp is not in evidence. I thought it would be an evidence like cops, evidence, but no, it goes to the museum. But I just didn't give a shit. And there some museum guys are looking at it. I love the fact this guy has a box that for some reason says eggs. EGGS in big letters. For some reason he has a box of shit that just says eggs. Like someone literally just put a black marker, eggs. Like why the fuck is it called eggs? And like it's not even written the most correct manner, because like the E or something is like misplaced, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like age? Like literally like in 5 seconds, oh just put it something that's too blank to spot. And if you're wondering, it's directed by a guy named Tom Daley, who never worked again, which is weird because on Wikipedia it says directed by Tom Daley and Warren Chaney, who is a second unit director, a producer, and the writer. So, what, did the director get fucked over and the writer, producer took over? And Warren Chaney, this is a guy who actually had a military career, really enough, from 1964 to 1969. And he wrote about his military career. And then he developed a weekly children's TV series sitcom titled Magic Mansion in 1965. He produced his first feature, Aloha Summer. Right. Wrote, directed, and produced America, A Call to Greatness starring Charlton Heston. Huh. And this, I don't know how true this is. This says that this film is a sequel to a film called The Lamp. But isn't that the same movie? It looks like the same movie, so what the fuck are they talking about? It's the same movie, it's not a sequel. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Maybe it's so shitty they just re-released it. Yeah. Distributed the original film The Lamp was Sturos Films throughout the world except in the US. Under a separate arrangement, the movie store, which is now defunct, distributed the movie after cutting 18 minutes of his running time and changing its name from The Lamp to The Outing. Both films appeared to fare well and enjoyed distribution lasting into the early years of the 21st century. God, that's awful, then. 18 minutes. Well, you know what? Fuck those 18 minutes. I don't need to see what the 18 minutes were. And yeah, Tom Daley never went on to direct anything, but the writer, producer, second unit director, who I guess what did he do? Take over the fucking entire film? He wanted to do a lot more than the director. The director must have said, fuck this. I'm trying to direct a film, fuck you. I don't blame him. If I watch this film, I'd be like, fuck this, and I'm gone. I mean, I'm bullshitting, but what is this? There's not much to the film. Again, the lead girl is the daughter of the guy who helps run the museum. She steals the lamp. Well, not really the lamp. She steals this bracelet, puts it on. And I'm thinking, isn't all this shit evidence? But I guess not. She puts on the bracelet, steals the shit. So I guess after she puts on the bracelet, now the lamp, sometimes you see a POV of the lamp itself. And they try to have character development like these two assholes fucking with the girl and her boyfriend. Because I guess one of the two assholes was her ex. Then they start trouble at school, and you have this teacher who's like kung fu teacher because she has this looks like a cue stick, like playing pool, but just one of those things like teachers go. But she kicks this guy's ass like she doesn't twirl and shit, but she might as well kiss the shit out of some people with this. It's not as cool as it sounds. If it doesn't sound cool, then it is how it sounds. Kiss the guy's ass, and then they have a field trip. The genie gets released, and she gets possessed, and all she does is act even worse than she did not possessed. And it's like, yeah, I can get you guys in. And pretty much people start getting killed. It's the black guy who was helping her father with the museum. He just lifts up to the ceiling fan, and you just see blood spurt. And I'm like, it's a ceiling fan. Is a ceiling fan like you put your hand through it? Sometimes people put their hands through it, don't even get cut. Is it really going to cut someone's head? I don't even know what the hell happened. You just see a blood spurt. But I guess if it's a genie, which they actually mentioned the word djinn, which I guess this was done before Wishmaster, but Wishmaster, you want to see a good film about a horror film? You want to see a good horror film about Genie? Watch Wishmaster. Hell, Wishmaster 2, I think, is better than this film. Wishmaster 3 or 4, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But he gets lifted up, you just see blood spray. You have this annoying ass security guard who, I don't know who the fuck was the idea. Was it the writer? Good job, buddy. Where this guy, he loves opera because he's go Vidaro, 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 Vidaro. See how annoying that is? Now think about that amplified, and the guy doesn't stop. And they thought it was so great they bring it back for the end credits. The security guard who has an opera taste, it goes Vidaro, Vidaro. God, I remember the first time and this time wanting to fool. Okay, not really. I'm not gonna punch someone in real life, but the character, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Cock punch. Did punch. Cockadoodle punch. However you want to say it or spray it. And of course, he gets stabbed with a spear. He gets a spear in him. And, the kids there start getting killed in really not interesting ways. I mean, you have a girl who is in this tub, which I know is weird. They're in the museum, but I guess there's rooms in there that they can go and be in a tub, even though this is a fucking museum, but whatever. She has a snake in there and she gets bit. And okay, real snake. It looks like a real snake, okay. Uh, one of the black guy who's with the girl goes in, the snake crawls up his pants. So, I don't know, we can only assume it's snake, trouser snake versus cobra snake or something. And trouser snake lost. Just imagine. I don't know if it was a cobra or what. I would assume that's what it looked like. The two asses before are trying to rape this girl. I did like this, I will admit. A guy who's wearing this helmet type thing. It's squeezing and you see blood come down. You see like the head twist a little bit. Like he twists around. Okay, that was decent. The other gets stabbed. Um, for the life of me, I can't remember what happened to some of these other people. Like one guy, you just find that he's cut in half. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? I don't even remember that scene. Was that one of the stuff cut out? I don't even remember how the girl who was almost getting raped, I don't even know what the fuck happened to her. I don't even remember. I sincerely don't. I'm not watching a movie just to get a little detail right. Because it's that forgettable. It's the boyfriend and the girl, and for some reason, like, the genie possesses her, but then it stops possessing her for the fuck of it. I don't know what, just for the fuck of it, it just stops possessing her. The boyfriend is so stupid, he gets his fucking fingers and neck bit by this corpse, slow as molasses, sort of like a mummy type figure, and it was like a corpse that bites his fingers, and then gets bit in the neck for being stupid. And then her father, who's with the kung fu teacher. I keep saying kung fu, but she doesn't do kung fu except hit a couple boys with a stick. So it's not really kung fu, but just having fun. They think, hey, one at least another, they get to the museum. It's the three of them, and you see the final creature, which granted is practical, but it's a practical creature. But at the same time, the fact that it didn't really move much at all, and if it moved, seemed kind of clumsy and seemed kind of cheap movements. I mean, I give it that's practical, so it's better than Sci-Fi Channel stuff, but at the same time, they don't really do much with it. It just sort of sits there. It might as well be a fucking mannequin 10 feet high. You should say that's almost what it was. And it doesn't do much, and says how she had wished that her father died, and she's like, no, I didn't, and I was part of the moment. They get chased. They close all these doors of the museum. The museum guy types in the lamp, and in 5 seconds able to get what the hell it says on the lamp. It says, oh yeah, destroy the lamp. And they get out of there. Her and the older female teacher, they get split up from the dad. And then when you next see the dad, I'm like, okay, it's not him, right? Even when I first saw it, I called it. I'm like, oh, it's not him, right? And of course, yep, it's not him. The dad's dead. And it grabs the teacher lady. But then I guess you find out it just tossed her away. So but that's why she's still alive at the end, because he needed to kill you first. And pretty much the girl goes bad, takes the lamp, throws into a furnace, dies. The female teacher takes the girl out into the cop car, which you find out, I guess this took place in Houston, because the cop car says Houston. And then she hears this weird noise, which I guess is supposed to be the noise that the genie made. And she turns around, and it's a Pepsi truck. That's why all my friends, me, Mike, and Effie, anytime, ever since seeing this movie, every fucking time, whenever we see Pepsi in a movie, it's like, it's the evil Pepsi. Because it's like, wait a minute, that's the end of the movie? She gets steered by Pepsi. She got steered by Pepsi because she hears a sound, oh no, it's him, and it's fucking a Pepsi truck. So it's like the evil Pepsi. She got steered by, and it freeze frames on her face. And she got steered by the evil Pepsi. Sponsored by Pepsi, the evil Pepsi. So yeah, evil Pepsi the movie. The only decent thing I can say about the film is I don't mind the teeny death scene where the helmet squeezes and there's a little bit of a twist. Once in a while you have like a POV shot, like try and do like Evil Dead, but you know, leave that to Evil Dead or just better films. I mean, to me, the biggest fault of this film, it's forgettable. It's beyond by the numbers. It's beyond one ear out the other type of movie. You don't give a shit about the cast. There's really no reason to give a shit about the cast because I can't tell you a damn thing about the characters. I can't tell you a damn thing. The death scenes aren't much to run on about. A guy goes up to a ceiling fan and then okay, a splash of blood, and you're like, really, a ceiling fan? A guy gets a spear, and I'm like, okay, that was done better in Friday 30 Part 2. Fuck's sake. The genie isn't really that much of a creature. It doesn't do much. The ending is not that exciting. I can't remember any attempts at humor, let alone any that was actually funny. It possesses her, but then it fucks off and stops possessing her, and it just... What's funny is that none of these people on the poster are in the movie. Like, literally, none of these people on the poster are in the fucking movie. So that kind of says right there. They can't even get the cast to do the poster of the movie. Or maybe they have the poster of the movie, and this is the tagline. Don't say see you later. Say goodbye. The outing. They're not coming back. I don't know why. Why does this look like a fucking slasher movie? Because they're in the woods. They're not coming back. It just makes it look like a fucking slasher movie, which maybe that was the point. I don't know. But the outing. It's like they went out to the woods. Like a lot of slasher films. Guess they thought Kill a Genie couldn't sell, but that's Wishmaster. That's how you do it right. Really creative kills. Andrew Divoff is really good. Good makeup on his djinn. Good character. I like the lead girl in that. Did a lot better than anyone in this. So yeah, the outing, I don't know what the fuck I can say. Fucking evil Pepsi. Pretty much sums it up. Thanks for watching. See you later for another one.